Today's the 29th of April, it's Monday, and we're down in Can Pastilla. It's been difficult for us to get out over the last couple of days. The weather's been a little bit stormy. It's now 6 o'clock in the evening, and we've just driven along the front in Palma, and the sun's actually come out, but you can still see in the distance we've still got some clouds around. Hopefully they're going to start to blow away and things will start to clear up. And first thing we notice here, there are beds and there are parasols on the beach. I'm not sure they're all in use yet, because some of the poles haven't actually got parasols on the top. And in the distance you can see a yellow hut which is on a bit of a stand.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, this is all going to be along here. This is the Playa de Palma, and the Playa de Palma has had some new lifeguard stations, which are basically a yellow hut on a wooden stand, and there's been quite a lot of criticism about them, but I suppose they do stand out and it's easy to spot them. Beach, well, beaches, not many people on the beach at the moment. It's been terrible weather, but people are starting to come out and walk along the promenade, so let's join them. As we walk along, you'll see the amount of standing water that there is. The last 2 or 3 days it's been nothing but rain, and yesterday we had quite a storm. In fact, so much of a storm, about 8:30 last night. It was the most incredible clap of thunder, really unusual one. Yeah, I don't think it was quite 10 minutes, dear, but it certainly went on for quite a few seconds. It was like a rolling thunder, and it was shaking the house, so the windows were shaking. And well, I didn't really think too much of it, but it was actually reported in the local press this morning about this bolt of lightning and this thunder that was rolling along. And it's actually seems to have caused a few problems in Palma, because that's where it was based. It was all over Palma, and it seems to have knocked out some of the traffic lights and even some of the electricity in different parts. But the traffic lights seem to have caused a huge problem, because they didn't come on properly after it had been passed over, and that meant that the traffic wasn't very well controlled. And I drove into Palma today around lunchtime, and it was absolutely awful. Just traffic was not moving at all, and according to the press, they were saying that the traffic lights, not on the avenidas, which is where I was, around Plaza España, but on some of the other roads, the traffic lights were not working properly, or not working at all, and it was just causing a lot of problems. Well, we've got some prices here. We're actually in Palma now, Playa de Palma, so this doesn't correspond to Calvia, so it doesn't correspond to Palma or Palma Nova or Magaluf or any of those, but here 18 euros for the day for a parasol and a bed. That's a VIP. Otherwise it's 6 euros for a parasol and 6 euros for a bed. I'm not sure what a VIP means. It's just confusing, that is. I made my way back from Palma along the motorway, and all the signs along the motorway, they'd obviously been taken out as well, and they weren't reading anything sensible at all. It looked like some hieroglyphics that were being shown to me. We've just driven along the front of the Paseo Marítima, and that wasn't very congested at all. I was quite pleased with that. So I did put the camera on the roof, so hopefully I'll get a video out of that, and you'll be able to see what's going on the Paseo Marítima. And again, here you can see just the amount of rain. We got up this morning and it was still raining, and it was quite heavy rain as well. Not thunderous storms, but quite heavy rain.
Good for the garden.
Yeah, good for the garden. So we're in Can Pastilla, and they're obviously getting all ready for the season, which, we're coming up to May now, so that's like the official start of the season. There's a huge mountain over there of seaweed. I saw one further down, so they've obviously been over with the tractors and they're gathering the seaweed. That will all be taken away and dumped elsewhere. If it's left in the rain, the salt gets washed out of it, and it is used in some places for fertilizer, so it can be composted. In other parts of the world, seaweed's actually used to extract iodine. Chemical knowledge for you. Considering just a few hours ago it was absolutely deluging, pavements are all nice and dry now, except for the puddles. And we were noticing, just as we were in our street, even our street had all dried up. It does very quickly. With a little bit of breeze and a little bit of sunshine, the water evaporates. And this part of the beach here in Can Pastilla, this often floods, and today's no exception, so plenty of water down there. It's nice and flat if you want to play football, cricket, or what other games. It's a nice flat. It's quite hard sand as well, so it's good for those sorts of sports. And it's quite a big area. And right next to that we've got the marina. Well, I've got my jacket on and I really wish I hadn't put it on now. Oh, it's warm.
You've got a vest on and a shirt on and a jumper on and a jacket on.
Yes, dear. Well, it was cold this morning. So I left their house at 10:30 this morning to go out, and it was cool then, and it was raining. So this is the Can Pastilla, is the start of the Playa de Palma. Playa de Palma, perhaps one of the longest beaches in the whole of Mallorca. It goes all the way down to Arenal. So if you're feeling like a walk, it's all flat, so you can do that and enjoy the walk.
Just an update on the tennis, because Rafa's playing at the moment. He's playing an Argentinian called Kachin, who is, what did I say, was he 48th or 20?
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway, Rafa won the first set 6-1, and the second set is 6-6, and it's at the moment 5-5. So
Exciting.
Let's see.
Exciting. I'm surprised I managed to get Anita out of the house for a walk, actually. She
You
just
didn't
liked,
even put it on the television.
just like to watch these things on the TV. And this is the Madrid Open, so it's on free television in Spain. So, watch. Yeah, we called in there for a coffee, I think.
second set, 7-6.
Oh dear.
So they're on for the third set now. Might be home before it finishes. Bit of whiskey soup
Rafa
there.
has said this is going to be his last year. And I think he'll go into retirement. And he's got his finger in a lot of different pies, including a school. And now he's got the Zell hotels that you'll find in Palma Nova. There's a menu del dia at Marina here, €14.
Sounds good.
And that's a choice of starters, a choice of main course, and a drink and a postre, a dessert, or coffee. This is a nice little cala, and I think the last time we came here the sea was really rough. This is very much enclosed, so it's not really rough here, but the sea wall over there, we were watching the waves smashing against it. And well, they've got the beds here, everything is ready here on this beach, and they've got their yellow hut for the lifeguard. And it's just surrounded by bars, cafes, restaurants, so there's plenty of places you can come along and find something to eat or drink here. And it's a lovely surrounding. And if you want to go for a swim, this is probably one of the safer places. Really quite nice. Well, we're going to head back this way and we'll see what we can see. I'll walk on the other side so you can see the shops and bars and restaurants and things. Oh, I do wish I'd left my jacket. Never really crossed my mind at all. It might actually get warm. This is Le Mans. This is closed now, but this is where you can book all your tickets for different excursions. There's one of these in Palma Nova, and we did actually use it a couple of years ago when we went to Marineland, and they managed to get good prices for us. There we go, soup of the day, that's my sort of soup. Soup of the day, whiskey.
And it's not
Ooh, yeah, I've seen a Lego sign. Nita suddenly got into Lego, having had a couple of successful constructions. I'm trying to look. So you can see here they've got umbrellas outside. I think we probably sold a few of those over the last couple of days. And €4 for an umbrella, a small one. €12 for a big one. So a small one's probably all you need, fit in your handbag, fit in your pocket. Over the years, seen a change in some of the hotels that they've discovered they've got a roof, and that's actually a roof has quite a valuable space. So you find lots of hotels have converted their roof, which probably wasn't used for very much, into a nice solarium with Chairs, even swimming pools up there now. Here's the refuse. Someone was asking me about them. So we've got one there for glass, this one's for paper, this one's for containers of different sorts, plastic or carton containers, and then we've got the ones which are general use. And these actually go down underground, so the actual refuse is down below, and a lorry will come and empty them. And the general one usually gets emptied every day. And certainly on our road, it's every day, 365 days a year, it's emptied. So we don't actually have bins at home other than the small one in the kitchen, and we just take our rubbish down as and when it gathers and collects. And if we've got some bottles, we do actually have a little box for bottles at the back, but as we fill that, we put that in the back of the car and take it down to the bottle bank.
Not getting full very much now.
We're drinking a lot less wine, and it has cut down a bit.
I have now. Angela's gone home.
And for those of you who are interested in my diet, it's going well.
Doing very, very well. I'm very proud of you.
Really happy with the progress I've made. Because I started this in February with a trip to the doctor, and the doctor then sent me to see a specialist who told me then to carry on doing what I was doing, because it seemed to be working. Because I'd already lost a couple of kilos by the time I saw him. Now seeing a nurse on a regular basis just to keep everything monitored. And well, in the last I suppose it's 3 months really, isn't it? I've lost 10 kilos. The specialist said I should aim at about 2 kilos a month, so I've done that and a little bit more. The idea is not to lose too much too quickly, and to try and do something which is sustainable. And well, without a great deal of effort, I seem to be doing that. Not really changed a lot. I'm just eating less, and probably I'm eating more fruit and vegetables. More vegetables. I've always eaten a lot of fruit and less fried cuisine there. Less fried food, and we have used the air fryer if we are frying any food, and I think that's helps a little bit. You can have a tabla, a big plate of tapas for 2 for €20. Kayaks and stand-up paddle, you can hire them here. Have some fun out on the sea. Stand-up paddle, I'm sure I'd be falling in paddle.
Advantage Nadal in the first game. Not certain. There we go, healthy breakfast served at Bona. Assuming that means it's not a full English. The ref has won the first game.
there's a nice breeze blowing now. Oh, that's welcome. And the sea looks amazingly calm, considering the amount of wind and rain that we've had over the last 48 hours. And that must be because of the direction. I was looking at some photographs in Majorca, and they were showing people surfing there. So they must have had some reasonable sized waves. But here there's hardly a ripple on that. Just to bring you up to date, it's now 20 to 7 in the evening. Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich. So if you carry on following the beach, you go round and round all the way down, and there's quite a few shops and bars all the way down. That's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles all the way. And there's a little train which you can see in the distance is already running, so if you feel as though your legs are aching, you can get on the tourist train and get a lift back. I'm starting to feel a little bit hungry. We were thinking of going to a restaurant, but I'm not sure that'd do my diet any good.
It's going to be a good boy.
So going home and do something a little bit lighter. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. And there's the train. We should do that one day. The grandchildren would like that.